Hello everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my Facebook page live and my YouTube live. This is Monday. This is where I do a 3D project or a fancy fold card. Remember, if you are watching here through YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed, hit that bell, and you'll get notified right away. And if you're watching through my Facebook page, remember that these videos only stay active for 30 days. And I don't stream to my Facebook group, and I don't know what the reason is for that, because a lot of times it goes on and off and everything else like that. So I just rather just do it this way and get it so that it works for me. Anyways, thank you. I'm humbled by everybody that does come and watch. So today, like I say, we are going to be, hello Andrea, we are going to be doing a fancy fold card. It's called Horizontal pop-out card. It's one of Susan Campfield's cards. I can't take the credit for anything like this. I'm not into making my own fancy fold cards. I'm very good at using other people's fancy fold cards and making them into my own. Hello, Pam. So, so we are going to be using a card of hers. It's funny because I've known Susan since I started blogging in 2009. So it's kind of, you know, where you do know these people, and the community of Stampin' Up! Is absolutely amazing. Hello, Sharon. Okay, so let's get down, and I'm going to be using some new product, and I will show you what that product is. Okay, I'm going to bring it in here. It's a new designer series paper. Now, this is a pre-order for demonstrators, and if you're not a demonstrator, you could always become a demonstrator and order this in your kit. Excellent kit offerings right now. And this is Brushed with Beauty, this designer series paper. Now, I'll just show you the other side of the paper so we have more. I love this. I think this would be great for masking cards. But you've got these, and these are like plaster splatters or whatever. But I was talking with Kathy just earlier, and she says, oh, that looks so much like wallpaper, old. No, I can't design them either, so I just take theirs. This one definitely looks like wallpaper. We're going to use this one. This one's, I think, one of the prettier ones. You know, I am not a darling duckling person. I think this would be nice in different ways. I think what would be great with this one, and I'm just going to grab it and let you see what you think of it. If you have a hard time with the darling duckling, what you could do, and I'm sorry for the rattling, but I'm loving oh look, that works just fantastic. This is vellum that you could take and you could mute it down on the cardstock if it's too much. I'm going to show this piece next. This one reminds me of Vienna, actually. There was a coffee shop that we went to that had flowers all over the place. But look, you could mute all of these down. But this one, for anybody that's been around, well, the thing is, Pam, all this wallpaper is coming back in, if you can believe it. Anyways, but this one, if you were around long enough that there was the magnolia, this reminds me so much of the magnolia paper. It really, really, truly does. It has like, anyways, that's what it reminds me of. Now, the other part that comes with this is this Petals of Beauty. And that's this stamp set. You can see it's a 2x stamp set. And also these dies. Now, remember, this is the new packaging. Love this new packaging. And you can also make it so that you have it. I'm just going to take this apart and show you. So I've got my I've stamped this image, and now when I go to use one of these stamps, so say I'm going to use this stamp and I go and use it, you know what, we might just do that. We might use this one. This one I think would be quite nice on the back. We'll see how it works. Anyways, then I can go ahead and use it. Then I put it back on here, on this part here, and it's going to be the right way. And then I can just close that up And when I open that again, it's on the right side. Amazing. Just amazing. Sherry Stokovich did this, and I tell you, she is brilliant. Anyways, so there's those, and then we have the dies that cut that out. We've got some ferny bits on there. So there's that. Now, I don't know if it came with, did it come with, it came with gems. Check these gems out. So we have these gems on there as well. And this is in a crumb cake, calypso coral, and a white. And we're going to end up using those as well. All right, so let's get going on this card. Now, this is, whenever you're doing a fancy fold card, sometimes your best bet is to do up a prototype, which I have done. And this is what the card looks like. It's a horizontal pop-up card. And she had another name in there too. I find some of them are just a little too cumbersome, so I tend to just go with the easier names. Hello, Amanda. All right, so this is what the card's going to look like. It's not a useless card. A lot of times it's funny, I go and I say, I'm not going to name this because I don't like all the other stuff. I just like this as a horizontal pop-out card. I can relate to that. Okay, so like I say, when you have one, what you want to do is you want to turn around and do a prototype. So that's my prototype, and I can sit there and look back at it. All right, so I'm going to do mine in petal, petal pink. I'm going to do it in, I think this designer series paper will go so pretty with the petal pink. Now you're going to have two pieces of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, and then I've got all my goodies in here. So let me come in with my scoring, my trimmer, and then you'll see how it's actually going to be scored. Now, the two pieces are scored differently, so that's one thing to really watch out for. Okay, so on the short or the 4 1/4 inch side, we are going to score this at 4 1/4. I mean 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and then we're going to go over to 3 inches. Now, the other way you could do this is you could go score this at 1 1/4, turn it and score it at 1 1/4 again. So we have that one. These are going to be put into belly folds. So let's just make those into belly folds right now. And into a belly fold as well. So this piece is a belly fold. And then this piece here, like I say, it's the same, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And what we're going to do is we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch. Don't like scoring usually 1/2 inch on this side over here. But I did okay with it. And then we're going to score this at 1 1/4 inches. Three inches. And 3 3/4 inches. So again, you could have turned them halfway in between. There we go there. And all of these then are going to be mountain folds. So of course we're folding into the mountain. And into the mountain over here as well. Okay, so we've got this piece into the mountain. We've got this piece as valley folds. So then what you want to do is we want to attach this piece onto this piece here. Now, you could use glue, you could use seal. On this particular card, I am going to use tear and tape. I just find it works better for me. So I'm just going to come here And I'm going to show you a trick with, I'm going to show you a couple tricks with the tear and tape. So we're just going to come down here. Just going to use my, this happens to be a gift card. And then we're going to also use this down here. Now a lot of people have problems when they secure their tear and tape onto a card, but I'm going to show you that way as well. All right, so then we're going to come in with our, take your pick tool. Now I'm going to raise this up a little bit here, and then I'm going to come down here and just take this way. Now remember, this is the one all in mountains, and this one's in valleys. Now what you want to do is we want to go here, and I want to line up these score lines together here. So I'm just going to bring them right down to the edge, and I'm going to put that there. And then I also want to match up the score lines up at the top. Now I'm just going to take this off like this. Take this off like this. And that allows that to stick, and I don't have to worry about that. So I hope that tip does help. All right, so there's our pop-up thing. Now we need something to help make it more, like it could wobble a bit. It won't stand up on its, well, it does stand up. So what we're going to do is we're taking a piece, another piece of cardstock, and this is the Petal Pink. And this piece happens to be 1 1/4 by 5 inches. And I've gone ahead and already scored this. So I scored it at 3/8 of an inch, 1 5/8 of an inch, 3 3/8 of an inch, and 4 5/8 of an inch. Now this will probably be on my on my blog probably this Sunday. Might be the, or maybe not Sunday, just because I can't put the new product in on there until it actually goes live. It'll be on very soon at the beginning. Now, just as I'm talking about my blog has changed from the type pad thing. It is actually now it's a WordPress. And it's, you just go all in lowercase, Stampin' with Diane, Stampin' with no G in there, .com. And it pops up. All right, I am using glue. Probably going to regret doing this. I'm going to let that set for a bit. Those are all done in mountain folds. Okay, so we're just going to let that go like that. Now, I've gone ahead and I've cut some of this designer series paper. And I'm going to give you the measurements for that. I know she doesn't give you the measurements, but I'll give you the measurements. I'm good with that. But I do have a bunch of the designer series paper already cut. The first thing that I'm going to tell you about is I have a piece, because this is not white. I have a piece that's going to go onto the back here. And I'll give you the measurements for that. That piece happens to be 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. I'm going to leave that one off for the time being because I'm going to actually stamp. Remember, I had this one stamp I'm going to put on there, and we'll figure out what we want to put onto this stamp. Okay, this is still the front. There's the back. So I went ahead. Oh, I got to get that on there first. Okay, so this is like this. I'm going to regret this because it's the glue. And we are going to line up right at the bottom, right at the edge. We're going to make sure that this score line is right even with that score line. This score line's even with that score line. And then we're going to just put this right here. And then that is what's going to keep it so that it kind of gives it a bit of a, I think she called it a stabilizer. All right, so there we go there. Now, the easy part, well, not the easy part, the fun part. All right, so I said I was going to use this paper, and you know, it looks to me like there's a right way and a wrong way for this paper. Is there? Does that look? Yeah, that looks, yeah, I think the leaves have to go up. So this piece here is going to go in the center, and it happens to be 1.5 by 5.25, just like that back panel there. It's 1.5 by 5/4, and that is going to go right down here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use my seal. You see that glue really is starting to make me very, very frustrated. All right, so let's go ahead and put that right in. Tuck that under. And I want to make sure it's all equal all the way around. And that's going to go right in there like that. Now this would have looked really pretty also on this paper as well, the very vanilla. All right, so then I cut these two pieces here. And they are 5/8 of an inch by 5.25. And they're going to go right on this part right here. So I'm just going to come in with my seal. Now there is a definite right and wrong way for this one. So just sort of tuck that in there. And let's get this top done properly. Whoops, don't want to burnish it down yet. Now I guess we could have done that ahead of time. And then we're going to use this piece over here as well. Now, I didn't want to do any of the stamping of the flowers at this point to put on there. So let's go in here. So there we go. Let's burnish that down. Okay, then also on this part that stabilizes everything, I went and I cut 2 squares from the same designer series paper, and that is 1 inch by 1 inch, and it's just going to go down here. And there is a right or a wrong way to these. I know that. And I think kind of going by these little, like a pussy willows sort of thing, right? So let's put those there. 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 And one here as well. All right. And then what we can do is we might as well decorate the back as well. So I have these pieces. They look like they're 1 inch by 5.25. They are. So I'm going to make sure I've got them going the right way. And I'm just going to come in with my seal. I'm just going to put those one here. Remember, I'm going to decorate the back of that just very easily. So here. Any questions at all? I always find that if you mutiny and put it on closed captions, you can see the measurements in writing. All right, so it's like that. Now what we can do is we can decorate. Now what I used was I went in here and I used the Traditions of Christmas labels, I think is what they're called. Traditional labels. And I went and I cut out the 2 ovals. This to me, oh, it could go right there, and we could have done something up that way. That would have been interesting. That meant I would have had to put another piece of paper across there. But this will go like this. Or let's go ahead and put that there. Now what we need to do is figure out what we want to put on there. And I didn't figure out the words. But the right words are some excellent words. It could be sending good vibes. You're so kind. You could do a happy birthday on here. That would be kind of neat. Thinking of you. Do I want to do that one? But this is a great one. And this one's probably going to retire right away. And the reason I say that is because it's red rubber. So let's see. What should I put on there? I'm going to come in, and I was thinking Calypso Coral, but I think another color that would work really well with this would be Mossy Meadow as well. What other words? Simply Said has some nice words on there. Birthday wishes. Thinking of you. Happy birthday won't fit. So what kind of a card should I make this? Just give me some. What would somebody like to see? The paper looks much nicer in person than online. You know, you're right, Andrea. Remember we were talking the other day and I said I wasn't too sure about this, but it really does look pretty on there. Now, I'm going to have to find out a way to use that Darling Duckling. All right, what else would you like to see on here? You know what? Beautiful Motif has some nice words on there too. Thank you for everything. Just a note. Thank you for everything. Thinking of you. Oh, thanks. Now, what should I use? What kind of a card should I make? Well, to celebrate our team's challenge, which is anything but a birthday card and that sort of stuff. Let's see if this Thinking of You would fit on there. Oh, I wonder if I should do this in Mossy Meadow. So I'm thinking of doing this on the back in Mossy Meadow. What do you think? Thinking of You would be a nice one. Yeah, I think so. Thinking of you on your birthday. Thinking of you could be for anything. I'm hoping that this will fit. Ew, I don't know if it will. You know how I'm going to try it? I'm going to try it on the back of the card to see. Let's see. Now I should come in. Let's see if that's going to fit on there. Oh, it does. Green will stand out. What do you think I should do? The green would be a contrast, that's for sure. Let's try the Mossy Meadow. I can always cut another tag, right? Let's come in with our Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow will kind of bring out one of the colors. Let's see. Let's put this here. So there's that. Okay, let's come in here. Let's just put that there. What do you think? I kind of like that green on there. What do you think? It kind of looks nice. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to just put this. I should have this on a piece of paper scrap. Oh my goodness. But I've got this. So let's come in with this. This is on the back. Just like that. Here we go. All right. So yeah, I kind of like that. Now, unfortunately, do I think that this, those traditional labels are going to retire? Oh yes. I really truly do think that they will. All these words. Love this new packaging, you guys. It really is really, really pretty. All right, so let's get my dimensionals on there. Here we go. I'm going to put one there. One there. And you know, I can pop that up on that one as well. Okay, so let's do this. Thinking of you. We can put this down here, but you know what? I think I'm just going to pop it up as well. It's one of those cards that's going to be layered anyways. Lots of layers on it. Just going to go like this. Okay. This is going to go onto the back like so. Close these up. Now, my other issue is going to be, do I want to just leave that fairly plain and just show off the designer series paper? Like that. So that looks quite nice just on its own, right? So do we want to just put a sprig of that? You know what? That doesn't look too bad either. Do we want to put some of each? There wasn't any smaller bits, or are there? Let's see the dies. Oh, there were some spriggier parts here. I wonder what that would look like. Let's just try this piece here in Mossy Meadow. I think that's looking okay. See how that is? But I think it needs a bit of green in it. So I could do it down like that. What do you think of that? Or I don't want to put any flowers on. Excuse me. Because I think the flowers would look not quite right. Let me try this with my little cut and emboss. You know what? It's like the paper is so pretty in itself. You're right. But it looks okay that way too. Yeah, let all the paperwork, or let the DSP. Let me just try this on here and see what it looks like. Yeah, if I had used some of the plainer paper, I think those images would be okay. But let's just take a look at it. I'll value everyone's opinion. Right? This is quite subtle. Look at that. Okay, I like this here. So I'm actually going to leave that there. It's funny how something like that happens. Silly glue. There we go. There we go. So we could turn around and just leave it like this, which I think I just might do. I might even lift those up a bit. Oh my goodness. Don't you love it when you're indecisive? This will kind of give it free. It kind of washes out the card, but you don't really see that. Or do we want to do one of these in that? Whoops, sorry. Like do that in the petal pink. Like there's this one. We'll just put this on here. But I see what you're saying, Pam. Okay, so you know what? I'm thinking that this, let's try this, and then that'll be the last one, and then I can turn around and change it. So I have that piece there. Let's go. And use our, you like the green in the back of this. I like the green there. If I leave this like that, you know what? I'm just going to put this, try this. I think it needs a little something because it is a little plain. But not really, I guess. See, in the back is like that. I like the black with that stamped green. So let me go like this. Pam, did you receive your stamp camp? It's over a week now. I do have an extra kit or two of the stamp camp. So you still have time that you could get in. So let's just take this out. Let's see what this looks like. There, that probably looks better. There we go. All right, so I gotta green glue that, unfortunately. So I'll just put little dots on here and let it set for just a second. So like I say, this is new stuff that's coming out, available as of November for everybody. Or if you want to partake in your starter kit, you could get this as well in the starter kit. The long green looks nice. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so like this, like that. That. Guys aren't helping me. That doesn't look bad. Or do we want to do this one? Well, let's take a look at these gems. All right, we'll put the green. Try both. My goodness, I could do both, couldn't I? What do you think? Both? Yeah, you know what? I've got to put that pink one down. I have no choice because it's already got the glue on it. Yeah, this one's quite, you can't see it really that much, so. Good suggestion, Amanda. There we go. I gotta take these parts out. There we go. You know what? That's the way it's gonna be. But guess what? It's not staying. All right. All right. So there's the card. It actually looks quite nice with both on there. All right. So then these are the gems that come with it. And I think these are the crumb cake ones. And I think they'll look quite nice. Oh, they do. So let's go here. Wow, those are pretty. go. All right, so we have a thinking of you. That goes right with our team challenge, where it is a card that you need that you just wouldn't do. There it is standing up, so there's it flat, and there's the back of it as well. So it looks, I like it. Like I say, I kind of looked at it this morning and went, yeah, I'll try doing that. This will fit into your standard size envelope. And yeah, there we go. Awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do that. Now, tomorrow I will be live at 4:30. I am doing, I know Felicia had asked for, oh, Amanda, you booked your train tickets for on stage. I learned from last year that we do not book anything until we can register, because we do not want it to happen what happened to us last year. That stress was just way too much. But mind you, we were going to Australia too. Anyways, so what's going on? So tomorrow I'll be doing, at 4:30, I'll be doing a technique. I am repeating a technique that I've done before, but I've never done it this way before. So I'm hoping that you'll join me. So it's with a twist. That's always a nice thing to do. And also it reminds you of that particular one. And it's also, it needs to be done for a blog for the last Friday of the month. Anyways, you guys, remember to create, because it's great for the soul. And we will see you tomorrow, 4:30 Pacific time.